Hello and welcome to Strategy TLDR, a channel where we explain strategy concepts important for managing your business. In this episode, we introduce the concept of volatility. Volatility, in a business and economic context, is a tendency to change quickly or suddenly and unpredictably. Often, we talk about it in the context of price or supply or demand of a product. It is an unstable or unexpected change, and for an unknown duration. Usually, we know what has caused the volatility. It is not hard to understand. Knowledge about the volatility is often known and talked about. The challenge is that the size, speed, volume, magnitude, and the nature of change is not in a predictable pattern. Volatility in business and finance has increased in intensity and persisted for longer durations than in the past. It is also occurring more frequently. We see volatility all around, in the stock markets, foreign exchange markets, in price fluctuations of agricultural commodities, as well as minerals and other natural resources. In recent years, one more product category or asset class that is well known for its volatility is cryptocurrencies. Crude oil prices are one of the best examples of volatility that we see very often. They are affected by geopolitical events, economic events, and industry-specific events. Oil prices fluctuate whether there is good economic news and demand increases, or there is bad economic news like financial or economic crisis, and demand plummets. Geopolitical events like wars, regional conflicts, trade embargo, a coordinated decrease in production. All of these create shocks in oil supply, and their prices go skyrocketing. If you are watching or listening to this at a time when crude oil prices are above $100 a barrel, you may find it hard to believe that in April 2020, the U.S. oil prices were below zero. In fact, they hit a rock bottom of -$40 a barrel. How to deal with volatility? Here are some recommendations. The organization has to develop agility. It has to learn to work with frequent change and volatility. They should devote resources to prepare the organization to face volatility. They should create the potential to be flexible if the inputs for their business are volatile. An important step is to stockpile inventory. While just-in-time inventory practices may be the mantras that are often prescribed, volatility triggered by geopolitical, supply chain, and economic factors have shown again and again that the organization has to build some slack into the system to cope with these unpredictable and sudden changes. In commodity markets, they can enter into futures contracts for supplies and also hedge their prices. Carrying inventory may be contrary to the idea of keeping the operations lean and low cost, but in volatile markets, they are unavoidable for a manufacturer who needs uninterrupted supply of inputs. For service organizations who need large workforce to deploy on new projects, building slack in the system implies they must have bench strength. That is, people with right skills, recruited in anticipation of getting the business, who can be deployed at short notice. Large IT services organizations often have sizable bench strength of highly skilled employees. Of course, stockpiling inventory, having bench strength, etc., are typically expensive interventions. So, the company has to ensure that the investment should match the risk. In other episodes, you will learn about uncertainty and complexities faced by business and how to manage them.